Hi folks, and this is Mr. again. Now we're going to focus on how to do the piston head or cylinder head of the V8 engine. We finished the engine block, okay, in the previous video, and there are going to be two cylinder heads that's going to be placed, assembled on top of this engine block. And we're going just about to create this one. And you're looking at the engine block right now, okay? And the reason I have opened the engine block to show you that there is a pattern on where the cylinders are supposed to go. And that pattern has to be copied exactly onto the cylinder heads, okay? So here's what I'm suggesting. Move your cursor over the extrusion, some number 2 extrusion from the top, click on it, okay? And if you double click on it, on the icon, okay, computer is going to acknowledge the fact that you want to deal with a sketch, okay? And all you want to do is to copy it, okay? And also to pay attention to dimensions, because the total length and the total height, the width, has to match perfectly to the engine block. Okay, the cylinder head is going to be 11 inches wide and 2.92 inches high. Okay, rectangular extrusion. So we're going to create this dimension first, and then we're going to extrude it. And the extrusion, okay, 0.8 inches first, and then after that there are other extrusions. Okay, but the most important part of it is to carry this sketch, okay, exactly the way it is. So what we're going to do, I'm going to press my left mouse button and click on the top left-hand corner outside the pattern of the lines, click on it. You know, I'm in the sketch mode, okay? Now at this point, I'm going to copy this, okay, from the copy command here. And then I'm going to switch to the part drawing. So you should have a part drawing open. If you did not have open the part drawings, open a part drawing, obviously. And you can have several drawings open at the same time. The part drawing is going to be, again, in system, okay? And I need to select a plane now, okay? And I'm going to go to select XY plane, click on it, and I move my cursor over. Okay, they create a sketch button, and sketch is created. The rectangle is going to be a rectangular. So I select the 0, 0 point. Okay, now remember the size of the engine block. That's going to be 11. So I'm typing 11, hit the tab key. And now the height is going to be 2.92. I'm typing 2.92. Okay? And enter. So if you zoom out, you get to see the rectangle. Okay? This is exactly the same size rectangle as you had the engine block. All right. So now we're going to paste. Okay? And in order to paste in this area, Control V. We're going to use Control V command. Okay. Something happened. Probably the copy is not made properly. We're going to go back to engine block, and those things happen. So you have to be prepared. Okay. So select the line work again, and then Control C this time, and go back to part number 1, and Control V. Okay, so this did not work, and there's got to be a different way of doing this. Okay. Let's see if I can go with the snag Do you think I can copy this? No. I'm just going to select, okay, and select the clip production, done. This time Control V worked. Clipboard option, I use the clipboard option. After copying in the engine block, okay, I use the clipboard option here. And then went to the part 1 and pasted. And now it exactly came out correct. Okay, good. What else do we do? I think we're going to finish the design. Okay, here. Now an extrusion has to be made. There will be different sizes of extrusions. Okay, total engine block will be extruded about 0.8 inches. Okay, so I will go to extrude command, select the rectangle, and go to the in opposite direction. Direction and size is 0.8. Okay, that extrusion is done, but there are other extrusions. Now the cylinders are supposed to be extruded. Cylinder heads are supposed to. So I'm adding, click on the plus button. Now this time I'm selecting, but this is going to be less of an extrusion. Perhaps it's going to be 0.6. Okay, so I'm choosing the extrusion level 0.6. Okay, and selecting each item one at a time. I have to be zooming in so that you can see what you're doing here. Move your cursor over the area. Make sure that area is highlighted before you extrude it. And this is a subtraction kind of extrusion. Now cylinder heads are being extruded, and also, but none of the extrusions will reach to the other side. It's going to be stopping short of. Now, if you notice, okay, if I made a mistake, then computer shows that, and I'm going to cancel all of it, okay? So, I'm going to go with the extrusion again. Make sure I add new extrusion, and that's 0.6.6, okay? And I'm going to be careful this time. Extrusion direction in opposite. Let's do the big cylinders first. Do not click unless you see the area is highlighted clearly. The holes are supposed to be reaching the opposite direction. So that's why I'm not going to select the holes, okay? I'm going back to extrusion and changing 0.86, okay? And this is a new extrusion. So the holes I'm going to do at last moment, okay? I'm not going to. So this is going to be third kind of extrusion for the holes, which is going to be 0.8 or more. So this is the second extrusion, and I'm sorry, I apologize, but the system is not necessarily cooperating with me, and it's picking the wrong extrusions. So this may happen several times, and it will try your patience. Be prepared, it will try your patience. And this is additional extrusion in opposite direction, 0.6 inches. And I'm not selecting the holes. For the very small areas, you need to zoom in. Holes are supposed to be true. So if you are a person trigger happy finger, this may be a challenge for you. Do not click on the left mouse button unless you are sure that the area is selected, acknowledged to you. Acknowledged by you. Okay. One last one, and it went out, unfortunately, wrong. Okay, so holes are done successfully, and I'm going to continue doing this, okay? And I'm going to okay that. That's going to be established and recorded, okay? And I'm going to continue with the extrusion, this time for the holes. Now the holes are going to be 0.8, okay? So I'm going to, again, it's an extrusion, it's cut extrusion, and 0.8, okay? And I'm going to double click this. I'm going to add plus button, and I'm going to change the number 0.8. Okay, plus button creates a brand new extrusion, okay? So that's why it's important that you select that and make sure that extrusion direction is also correct, okay? So, and I'm going to zoom in, and extrusion number 1 for the hole. That's a true hole, by the way. And just to test it, whether it's a true hole or not, I'm going to just simply show the other end. Okay, I can see that true. So click on each one of the bolt holes, okay? Click. Okay, and okay. Now I want to see the top portion. All right, so maybe I should increase the extrusion level from I'm going to make it 0.9. Okay, and that totally different. Okay, still too much extrusion. This is supposed to be 0.6, which is correct. And the third extrusion should be 0.8. And there's a little bit confusion on the computers. So I'm going to redo that, then delete the extrusion because it is wrong. The last extrusion is wrong, so I'm going to just simply delete that, okay? And let's double check the extrusion amounts in the first. Okay, good. Okay. Now I'm going to create additional extrusion. Okay. And that's true extrusion, and just want to make sure that. Again, do not click unless you see that the location where the cursor is acknowledged by the computer by changing its color into green. And okay. And now I'm going to take a look at it again one more time. All right, holes are done perfectly. Very nice work. Okay, if I say so for myself. Now I'm going to move on to the next level. You want to save this at this point as a cylinder head, okay, of the V8 engine. So I'm suggesting you to save it, okay, cylinder head. Put your name on it. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna continue by adding the additional parts, okay? And there's a part on the top of the cylinder head that's supposed to be extruded, okay? And cam lobes supposed to be added and so on. So there's quite a bit of work to do on the top. So I'm going to move my cursor to the side edge of the side surface of the cylinder head and click on it and create a new sketch from there, okay? And I need to find the center point of this, okay? First of all, and that will help me to generate. Okay, this is the center point. It automatically picks it for me, and the total height is going to be 2.44. Okay, 2.44. Okay. All right. So here, all right, we are going to create a bracket. Okay, and it's a rectangle, and I'm going to just simply select a bracket of about 2.44 inches and as wide as 0.62 inches, 62 inches, okay? And oops, in the wrong way. This is supposed to be 2.44. Okay, and this length is supposed to be 0.262. 0.62 enter. Okay, and it has to be set. These four lines are supposed to be centered. Okay, I'm going to just move them one at a time. Okay, and from the center point, okay, to the center point. 0.62. Okay. All right. And this is down. All right, and we're going to all right, we're going to use the fillet command. Fillet option with the radius of 0.15, 0.31, 0.31, okay? And select the item, select the other items, okay? All right. Now we need a done. We need a circle of, it's going to be the whole, okay, 0.23 inches. Select the center of the fillet, 0.23 or 0.23, enter. Okay. All right. This extrusion will be made backwards, okay, as much as 0.4 inches. And I'm going to just type in 0.4 right now. Okay. we need to choose this area again and create a new sketch. All right, so there's a problem. We should not have a space here. So I'm going to go back to original sketch and correct that. Okay. Double click the original sketch. Okay. Before the extrusion. And make sure that there is no space left here. So I'm going to move this area down a little bit. Okay. All right, extrusion has been moved down and finished the sketch. Okay. And we just created a new sketch over here from the surface. All right, so I just realized something else. I'm gonna go back again, and I'm gonna go to sketch command. Okay, and this 0.24 is actually from the bottom of this line. Okay, and I'm going to erase this dimension too. See if I can modify this dimension. Two point four four. Okay, I think this is more correct now. All right. Good. Now here, all right, so we need to draw a rectangle. Okay, about this much. But we need to know the exact height of it. So 0.125, that's the dimension. I'm going to first dimension this. From here to bottom is going to be 1.75. 1.75. Enter. Okay. Now that will be extruded. Okay. 11 inches. So finish this, okay? And extrude that in the opposite direction. And that is 11 inches. Let's make it 11. 11.44, 11.8. Oops, too much. 11.8. Good. All right. In the meantime, okay, there are a few things to do to make the corners round and so on and so forth. These are important. It needs to be round on the top and so forth, but I'm not going to do it right now at the end. So I'm going to rotate this, okay, to go to the other side, to access the other side. Select this surface. Actually, maybe we should do this first. Go back to original sketch, double click the sketch, and then copy the sketch, okay? There's a copy command, and make sure that this copy is on the clipboard and done. Finish the sketch, go to the other side, okay? And select the surface, make a sketch from there, and then Control V, for pasting. It came upside down. Must be kidding me. You can always mirror image, mirror copy this, okay? And I'll try just that. Here. Right. Done. Good. So this area here will be extruded 0.4 inches. So finish the sketch, go to extrude, select this area, and go to the opposite direction and change it to 0.4. And OK. Positive, additional, OK, space, and OK. Good. Of course, save your work at this time. All right, folks, I'm going to take a break at this point. I'm going to complete it next class and next video. In the meantime, I want you to come to this point, and if you have any questions, let me know about it. Okay, especially dimensional questions. This is pretty much the point that I want you to finish, okay, by the end of it. Okay, and this is the bottom side. We're not done yet. We're going to be input and output holes, okay, valves, valve holes, okay, and a few things to do, okay, and that's gonna take another video session. Thank you very much, and I will continue with the cylinder head, completion of the cylinder head in the next video.